but a kiss is no kiss without love. Can we start that one over again?
Yep.
All right. Relax, Max. Take 3. Relax, Max. Your nerves are just like jumping jacks, Max. Your heart is thumping with a crazy sound. Hear it pound, thumping, 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 jumping up and down. Stay cool, fool. Just take it easy, that's the rule, fool. The evening hasn't even started yet. So my pet, control yourself, don't get upset. Don't think I'm cold when I say you're too bold. I've been fooled by that moon up above. I want your kiss, just as you want my kiss. But a kiss is no kiss without love. So relax, Max. I hate to stop you in your tracks, Max. But first you gotta prove your love is true. When you do, I'll love you, love you, love you like you want me to. Welcome to From the Inside Out. I've got Arlen Provisor on piano, and Dori Amarilio is gonna join me on guitar in a little bit. And Patrick Barnitt is my special guest this time. He shares some joyous moments, not so comfortable moments, and what he's done for love. Stay tuned. Don't think I'm cold when I say you're too bold. I've been fooled by that moon up above. I want your kiss just as you want my kiss. But a kiss is no kiss without love. So relax, Max. I hate to stop you in your tracks, Max. But first you gotta prove your love is true. When you do, I'll love you, love you, love you like you want me to. Love you, love you, love you like you want me to. Oh, come on, Max. Relax. That felt good. That felt really good. Oh my gosh, that song reminds me of gentlemen that I have had to calm down.
Right.
You know?
Well,
and
goes for both sexes.
yes, yeah. And that's what I say when people are like, oh, guys, they're this, guys. I'm like, there are a lot of women.
It's just people.
Exactly.
People are crazy.
Yeah. Like we get all excited about stuff and we want, like, we're all gung-ho. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what it is, the fears, the what. And then they back away.
Mm-hmm. Monkey brain just keeps going.
That's actually my Chinese sign.
The monkey?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Oh, all right. Let's go on to the next song. Speak low when you speak love. Our summer day withers away too soon, too soon. Speak low when you speak love. Our moment is swift, like ships adrift, we're swept apart. Speak low, my darling, speak low. Love is a spark lost in the dark. Too soon, too soon. I feel wherever I go, tomorrow is near, tomorrow is here, and always too soon. Time is so old and love so brief. Love is pure gold and time a thief. It's late, my darling, it's late. The curtain descends, everything ends. Too soon, too soon, I'll wait. Yes, darling, I'll wait. Will you speak low to me, speak love to me, and soon? Time is so old and love so brief, yet love is pure gold and time a thief. It's late, darling, it's late. The curtain descends, everything ends. Too soon, I'll wait. Yes, I'll wait. Will you speak low to me? Speak love to me. Will you speak low? Speak love. Will you speak low? Yes.
Was it your first album? You were working on, I think, Star Trek, and you gave your album to the costume designer, or what?
So yeah, I used to do some work on Star Trek way back when a long time ago, like in the '90s, late '90s. I was on the set and I would just have fun because I knew I was also a singer, so I would kind of just kid around with the makeup artists and sing, kind of sing them as they were, zipping me in and gluing me in and putting makeup on my face. So I'd sing like Under My Skin, just as a joke.
Right, because you were. That's funny.
Yeah. So
bored.
I was bored, right? Exactly. For all you Star Trek fans out there, I have my CD and I gave it to the makeup artist, and I knew he was into standards. I think his name is Tom. Nice guy. I'm forgetting his last name, but I gave the CD to Tom, and he called me up like maybe a few weeks later, and he said, "Listen, man, I love your CD. I've given it to the wardrobe, a woman by the name of I forget her first name, but her last name is Regan.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice woman who was one of the main wardrobe artists over there. So anyway, so she called me a few weeks later and she said, well, listen, I gave it to my dad and he loved your CD and he's going to play it on his radio show.
And this was your first?
Yeah, this was in 2000. I think it was 2001 or 2000. I think it was 2002. And so he had this KSUR was, I think it was 1260 AM, which was a big for years it had been a standard radio station. He was one of the DJs, and so he said, you know, my dad's gonna play it on, you know, Friday night at
Oh wow.
10:30.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was with a friend having dinner, and we were cruising down, you know, I don't know, Sunset or I think it was Los Feliz Boulevard, and you know, we were hanging out, and we tuned in, and there it was. We just listened. It was crazy. It was
Wow. So what was like? What was
a
that?
pinch me moment. It was because I think it played like there was, you know, it was like, this is John Regan, and you're listening to KSUR, and you know, we have Andy Williams next. So they play like an Andy Williams cut, and then all of a sudden, like, it went into When the Time Is Right, and I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. So it was one of those pinch me moments.
That's cool.
This next tune is from Ocean's 11, an arrangement by Nelson Riddle, written by Jimmy Van Heusen and Sammy Kahn. It goes a little bit like this. How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. The sun's shining enough to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, and I'll have a kick in the head. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. She's telling me we'll be wed. She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better, the right be said. Oh, tell me quick, oh, and have a kick. Tell me quick, and have a kick in the Thank you so much. The band, Dwayne Benjamin, the D. Benjamin horns. Thank you, guys.
We had some success in the Philippines with the album.
Great.
Which was completely out of left field. Like,
Talk about left field.
it was so, like, crazy random. I don't know. One day I got an email from some random fellow on the internet. And this is like 2002, 2003, and you say, we heard your CD and we think, this would be good for our market. Every once in a while I get an email like, I heard your song on, Joey FM in Manila. This is so far out, right? Like,
yeah, it's kind of far out when you think about it.
Truly.
There are a couple of songs that I like from your first album that, really stuck out for me, which were Strawberry Spring. There's a wistfulness.
Yeah, well, again, like, thank you. But again, like, that's Howlett. It was just, we were in the studio and he played the piano. I was like, let's just do this, you and me. And then he played the piano and I sang. And he was such an amazing writer and accompanist for singers. And pre-Dresden, I used to go to this place in Santa Monica called Bob Burns on 2nd and Wilshire. And it was a really amazing piano lounge. piano bar lounge, and he played there for years with Larry Gales, who was Thelonious Monk's bass player.
Gotcha.
And I kind of cut my teeth in there, like kind of similar to the Dresden, but I started singing with him in there, and I remember him singing all these amazing songs that he had written, like "Look Around You, Girl." Or I'll never forget this. I'll leave you with this.
Okay.
It was like mid-20s, late 20s. I was at Bob Burns, and I was singing. And there's an older guy. He was probably in his 60s or 70s. He was an older guy then. And he's a marvelous singer. He was great. And he came up to me afterwards and he said, "Listen, man," he goes, "you sound great. You got a great voice. You sound great." He goes, "But man, I can't wait till you get a little older." He goes, "I can't wait until you get a little older and you kind of grow into your big bad self."
Wow.
And I was like 25 or 26 or 27 at the time. I was like, "That son of a god damn it." And I was like, "Man, what kind of a backhanded BS compliment was that?" Right? I was like, "Man, like you sound great, but man, I can't wait till you can't, you kind of, grow into your big bad self." I was so angry, but I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Did you say I had a lot to learn?
Well, don't think I'm trying not to learn.
Since this is the perfect spot to learn, come on, teach me tonight.
Getting right down to the XYZ of it.
But baby, maybe we should start with the ABC of it.
I think that's a good idea.
Then you can help me solve the mystery of it. Come on, teach me tonight.
The sky's a blackboard high above you, and if a shooting star goes by, I'll take that star and write "I love you" 1,000 times across the sky.
But one thing isn't very clear, my dear. Should the teacher stand so near, my dear?
Graduation's almost near, my love.
Well, then teach me tonight.
Sky's a blackboard high above you.
Oh, really?
And if a shooting star goes by,
What you gonna do with that star?
and if I'll take that star and write "I love you" 1,000 times across the sky.
One thing really isn't very clear, my dear. Should the teacher really stand so near, dear?
Graduation's almost near, my love.
Oh, teach me tonight.
Graduation's almost near, my love.
Teach me tonight. Teach me tonight.
And you're a musician as well.
Before I even started singing, I was studying this, taking lessons, saxophone lessons.
Yeah.
And I studied that. I was in the school band, and I played that through college. And then along the way, I took bass lessons. I studied bass for a few years, and then I learned piano by ear.
Gotcha.
Basically, because Craig Birmingham, hey Craig, what's up? Where he was a great bass player. He was a great bass player, and he was in a band, and so it was like, Craig, Carrie, hey, what's up? How you doing? And then he basically sat down and he leaned over and he played a few bars of Journey tune. Just leaned over, very, very casually played this Journey song. Right. And I looked to my right and my girlfriend almost fainted. Literally, like, oh. It's like, and in that moment, I thought,
I better learn the piano.
I better learn the piano, and fast. Yeah, so that was it. So then what I did was I learned Faithfully by Journey on the piano, and true story, the record player was on the third floor. Piano was on the first floor. Right. So I would sit and I would hear, I go, and I'd hear that, and I'd keep that, I'd run all the way down the steps.
Oh my God.
All the way down the steps, and I get to the piano, and I go, yeah, and then I'd go all the way upstairs again.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I would listen, and I'd go take that all the way down, and eventually, like, after like 10 hours, I broke it down, and I had like the first 8 bars. Right. Maybe after a day. And I had the first 8, and then eventually I learned it. And then I would learn all these other songs, and and I get entertained.
All that because your girlfriend.
Yeah, and that's it. And that was it at the age of 15, right? And then as I got into it, I fell in love with the piano.
So how many Journey songs do you know on piano?
I think I probably learned like 3 or 4. The big ones. Faithfully and Open Arms, the ones that were important.
Yes.
Right? The ones that counted.
So this next tune, thank you. This next tune is one of the greatest saloon songs ever written, done by Frank Sinatra. And how about a hand for the amazing pianist this evening, Austin, ladies and gentlemen. Goes a little bit like this. It's 2:45. There's no one in the place except you and me. Said I'm a Joe. I got a little story you ought to know. Drinking, my friends, to the end of a brief episode. Make it one for my baby, one more for the road. I know the routine put another nickel in the machine. I feel kinda bad. Won't you make the music easy and sad? I could tell you a lot, but it's not in a gentleman's code. Make it one for my baby, one more for the road.
So your most recent album is Sway.
Yeah, I worked on Sway with Stefan Oberhoff. He'd subbed a show for me like 10, 12 years ago. He subbed like last minute. He's like, what kind of tunes? He goes, why don't you come up to my studio? So I went up to his studio, and he had this amazing studio.
Mm-hmm.
And with like amazing gear and microphones, and I was like, oh, like this guy's incredible. And his gear was amazing, and I sang, and I was like, whoa, like I want it to be like this every time. Like, can it be like this every time?
It's an album I really enjoyed. Like I love on Cuando. Like I like how you change the tempo. And when Laura Purcell comes in, it's sort of like, oh wow, okay. You don't expect her to come in. And
yeah, she's fantastic. It's well, I heard Michael Bublé's version of that, and I was like, well, I kind of like the vibe to it. I just feel like the vibe of it. So I just brought it to him, and he's like, well, yeah, this is groovy, this is cool, but like let's kind of go deep, like Brazilian with this.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's kind of go even more Jobim.
Right.
Let's go more Jobim, and we just started with the guitar. So the song, like most of the tracking that I did was pretty much to just the guitar. We had done actually My Funny Valentine, which is not on the album. That's a single.
Yeah, by the way, I really like your version of My Funny Valentine.
Oh, thanks.
There's something about your version that's kind of sexy and current.
I gave him a tempo, and he just went with it. And he's. I mean, I don't even have the superlatives and words to describe just how insanely gifted he is.
You've met so many interesting people. There's Howlett Smith that sort of took you under his wing.
Yeah.
And helped you move forward on your journey. There's that opera singer in the restaurant that heard you singing in the restaurant, who told you you need to follow through on this. And you've got Marty and Elaine, who sort of took you under their wing. Like, what keeps that flame alive for you?
If you could be some small part of someone's great memory. If you could be in that romantic night.
Nice.
Or, if you could sing a song that someone hasn't heard in 30, 40 years, and they had this first dance to that song, or it ignites a memory for them, or just to kind of entertain people and give them a moment of peace and happiness, it's all worth it. All the sweat makes it worth it,
That's true.
Anyway. Wow. That last comment of Patrick's really just hit home. What are you going to do to be a good memory in somebody's life? Well, you can catch Patrick all around town. He's played at Vibrato. He's played at Vitello's. Check out his website, patrickbarnitt.com, and to find out where he's playing next. Love came for nights beyond forgetting, and through these moments apart, memories live in my heart. When I recall the love I found on, I could kiss the ground on green Dolphin Street. Street supply the setting for nights beyond forgetting, and through these moments apart, memories live in my heart. When I recall the love I found on, I could kiss the ground on Green Dolphin Street. I could kiss the ground on Green Dolphin Street. Green Dolphin Street. Ce soir, le vent qui frappe à ma porte me parle des amours mortes devant le feu qui s'éteint. Goodbye, let our hearts call it a day. But before you walk away, I sincerely want to say, I wish you bluebirds in the spring to give your heart a song to sing, and then a kiss. But more than this, I wish you love. And in July, a lemonade to cool you in some leafy glade. I wish you health and more than wealth. I wish you love. Bonheur fané, cheveux au vent, baiser volé, rêve mouvant. reste-t-il de nos amours? Dites-le-moi. Un petit village, un vieux clocher, un paysage si bien caché, et dans un nuage, le cher visage de mon passé. Thank you so much for watching From the Inside Out. I've had a lot of fun jamming with these amazing musicians and getting to know these artists even better. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because next month I start the series of Ladies of Jazz with Rose Mallet. And if you would like to send a donation to contribute to the production costs of the show, you can do so via Venmo at Claude Hall. Or drop me a line and let me know if you want to participate in some other way. In the meantime, take good care. My breaking heart, and I agree that you and I could never be. So with my best, my very best, I set you free. I wish you shelter from the storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm, and most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love. I wish you love.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah?
Not bad.
All right. That's a wrap. Okay.
That'll work.